everyone, Nick Weber here from the On Target. Today I want to take a moment and reflect. Obviously, today is a anniversary of a pretty pivotal moment for a lot of us and definitely for our nation. The anniversary of the September 11th, 2001 attacks. And one of the things that I tend to do this time of year is really sit back and reflect. And it kind of starts with where I was that morning and where I was in life in general. It certainly was pivotal for me. I just finished my first year as a permanent, or my first season as a permanent Forest Service employee fighting wildland fires, which that morning when I woke up, that was what I was going to do for my career. And I knew that was going to be the thing going forward. Um, I'd signed an ROTC contract the year before to be an officer in the Army National Guard. That was my plan, just to kind of do that as well, because I really did enjoy the military side, and it came with a scholarship. So not something I put a lot of thought into, because at that point it was going to be something I'd go one weekend a month, 2 weeks a year for 4 to 8 years and go do that and then move on. Um, but I remember that morning, bright sunny day in Moscow, Idaho. I just started the fall semester of my senior year. I'd done ROTC PT that morning. It was, again, gorgeous morning. Came back to my fraternity, grabbed a plate of breakfast and went and sat down in the TV room. And as I walked in, I noticed that usually there's maybe three or four of us that would be in there that early watching the news. Instead, almost the entire house was packed into our little TV room. Um, and at that point, the first plane to hit the tower, and it was a crazy accident, was what we were thinking. And we watched on live TV as the second one came in and realized that it was not the same. Um, Definitely a lot of thoughts and emotions and all that running through me at 22 years old then. Uh, I think you have the world figured out, and all of a sudden everything turns upside down. For those who know me and know what I've done in my career since then, that was absolutely, looking back, a a big change. And I knew there was a big change in what I had planned. I just didn't know what it was at the time. Ended up going on to serve in Iraq. Decided that fighting fire just wasn't where it was at for me anymore. It wasn't where my calling was. Ended up doing a lot of work with Homeland Security, then into this crazy physical security, cybersecurity, NERC SIP world as a result. And really, it all comes back to the things I saw that day, whether it was um, absolute moments of just um, loss and dejection and fear, as well as seeing people truly be heroes, knowing they weren't going to go home that night, but making sure that somebody else did. Um, Definitely inspired me to go down the career path that I've went, and something I like to think about. Again, particularly this time of year, it's one of those things that I revisit. If you ever get a chance to go to the memorials for them, I've been to all three. Phenomenal, and I can't leave with dry eyes. I'll tell you that right now. So thank you so much to everyone that day who made sure somebody else got home, um, and those since then who carried that torch. So thanks again, and let's move forward. Make sure it doesn't happen again. Thanks.